In the grand tapestry of biblical figures, Jacob stands out as a man of contradictions. He was a man of great ambition, yet also plagued by insecurity. He was capable of both profound deception and remarkable faithfulness. His life, a whirlwind of dramatic encounters and personal transformations, offers timeless lessons about faith, perseverance, and the grace of God. Jacob's story is deeply intertwined with his twin brother Esau. From the womb, they struggled with each other, foreshadowing the rivalry that would shape their lives. Esau, the elder, was a skilled hunter, favored by their father Isaac. Jacob, on the other hand, was more introspective, a dweller in tents, favored by their mother Rebekah. This sibling rivalry reached a boiling point over the issue of birthright, a coveted inheritance that held both material and spiritual significance. Through a mixture of cunning and maternal support, Jacob managed to secure this birthright from his unsuspecting brother. This act, though, came at a heavy cost, driving a wedge between the brothers and forcing Jacob to flee from his home and the wreath of Esau. Jacob's flight from home led him to the household of his uncle, Laban. It was there that he would spend the next 2 decades of his life, working diligently and building a family of his own. He fell deeply in love with Rachel, Laban's younger daughter, and agreed to work 7 years to win her hand in marriage. However, Laban, a man as cunning as Jacob, tricked him into marrying Leah, Rachel's older sister. Jacob, bound by his word, had to work another 7 years to finally wed his beloved Rachel. This period of Jacob's life was marked by both blessings and trials. He prospered materially, his flocks multiplying under his care. Yet he also faced familial strife and the lingering consequences of his past deception. Driven by a longing for reconciliation and perhaps a touch of divine prompting, Jacob decided to return to his homeland. This decision, however, filled him with fear, for he still dreaded the encounter with his estranged brother. As he journeyed back, carrying the weight of his past actions, he found himself alone at a place called Peniel on the banks of the Jabbok River. It was here, in the solitude of the night, that Jacob had an encounter that would forever change his life. Under the cloak of darkness, a mysterious figure appeared and wrestled with Jacob until daybreak. This was no ordinary opponent. The struggle was intense, each man vying for dominance. As the night wore on, the mysterious figure, revealed to be God himself, touched Jacob's hip, dislocating it. Despite the pain, Jacob refused to let go, crying out, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." This act of stubborn determination, of clinging to the divine even in the face of adversity, marked a turning point in Jacob's life. It was a raw and honest expression of his deep-seated need for God's blessing and favor. This wrestling match, though physically demanding, was more a spiritual struggle. It was a battle against Jacob's own flaws, his fears, and his past mistakes. It was a confrontation with the very nature of God, a God who both blesses and wounds, who tests and strengthens. As dawn approached, the wrestling ceased. God, acknowledging Jacob's resilience and his desperate plea, blessed him with a new name, Israel, meaning he who strives with God. This new name signified a profound transformation in Jacob's character. He was no longer the deceiver, the manipulator, the one who relied on his own cunning. He was now Israel, a man who had wrestled with God and emerged bearing the marks of that encounter. This encounter left Jacob forever changed. He walked with a limp, a physical reminder of the struggle and the divine touch. More importantly, he carried a new heart marked by humility, gratitude, and an unwavering faith in the God who had wrestled with him. He was a man who had faced his weaknesses, confronted his fears, and emerged stronger, his faith refined like gold. The story of Jacob's wrestling with God is not just a tale from a distant past. It is a timeless narrative that speaks to the human condition. It reminds us that our faith journeys are often marked by struggles, doubts, and uncertainties. Like Jacob, we may find ourselves wrestling with our own personal demons, grappling with difficult questions, and longing for God's presence in the midst of darkness. But Jacob's story also offers hope. It assures us that God is present even in our darkest hours. He meets us where we are, wrestles with us in our pain, and ultimately blesses us with his transforming grace. Jacob's legacy lives on, not just through his descendants, but through every believer who, like him, dares to wrestle with God and emerges bearing the scars and the blessings of that divine encounter. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share the link of this video to your friends and loved ones, and hit the notification button for more stories from the Holy Bible.